You know when cats get the zoomies at 3 a.m.? I think that's me. I don't care if it's the witching hour. I don't, like me and the witches, we be vibing. I don't care. I just can't sleep. Also, recently, I have restless leg syndrome, so I randomly start kicking because I have this feeling like I have to move them. I don't know what restless legs are, but they kind of hurt. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Like, hey, let me describe you this random pain I feel on my legs. And then everybody else is like, you know what? I have similar pains like that. And then they're like, all right, this is a thing. Write it down in the textbooks. And because how are you supposed to feel other people's pain and then be like, yep, that's it? That's weird. We can't measure that, right? We can't measure pain. So my pain and then that person's pain, they could be different. But I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's so weird. What's that thing called? Adjectives? Not adjectives. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Adverbs. Adverbs. Is it? I don't know. Where you add details, descriptions. I cannot speak. When I try to say words, I hear it in my head, but when I say it, it does not translate. Like in my head, I will have a complete full on sentence, and then in the outside world, it just comes out as nothing. Like, nothing. And sometimes I hope that the other person that I'm talking to doesn't realize that I slowly gave up on the conversation. And I hope that I just fade into the background. Have you ever done that? You have a full conversation with someone and then you kind of gave up on that subject or you're no longer interested in speaking anymore. And then you just hope that you disappear in the background noise of wherever you are at. That's how I feel. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, it'd be great if I was a ghost. Just blending into the background. So anyways, ah, I'm tired, but I can't go to sleep. So anyways, I kind of wanted to do this. I saw a TikTok that said if you do one thing consistently for a whole year, it would somehow increase your life or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pay attention, but I was like, you know what? No, you know what it was? It was like if you did a podcast every day for consistently. What did I say earlier? For a whole year, then you could make a profit eventually. And I'm like, guess what, baby? I got time. That's all we have is time. Do we, though? Because I saw that the Earth was rotating faster than it should have. So do we technically have time? Because that's also very different now, since our Earth is like, let me just go into curveball move, Like let me just act like I'm being pitched by a fucking Dodger. Picture that. What are there? There's like a Dodger player that's like named like Will Smith, and I always think that they're talking about the actor Will Smith. So when my dad and family members are like, "Oh, Will Smith is about to bat," or I don't know what he does, literally no idea what's happening, but I literally thought for a solid month that the actor Will Smith was on the Dodgers. Like, I'm like, what the? This is a very different career move. Sometimes actors they do other things like stand up or open a restaurant, but a whole different career, especially at that age. I don't want to age shame anyone. It's always good to do and learn new things no matter the age. Ageist or age shaming? I don't know. But a good month, like I want to say a good ass month, I literally thought the actor Will Smith was on the Dodgers. And I was like, that's awesome. Good job for you. But I guess it's just another person. But I'm not letting that down anytime soon. What was I saying before this? Oh yeah, basically I want to do this for a whole year. And see if I could do this. My max amount is 30 minutes. So, you know how podcasts have themes and cool ass backgrounds? I'm not. I'm just laying down. And I'm relaxing because it's. What time is it? Let me see. It's 1:38 a.m. So it's not even 3 a.m. So I'm a liar, and so you are too. You know what? This is fine. This is our intervention group. Thank you for joining our intervention group. We are all liars and we're all pieces of shit. So I don't know why we judge each other, even though we're all pieces of shit. I just kind of want to tell that to everyone. This is me. Like, imagine also, like, what are those called? Those. Oh my gosh! Ah. Not emotional speakers. They're not emotional. Motivating? What the fuck are those things called? I want to say emotional, but I know it's not that word. Motivating? Motivational speakers. And go out there and like, we're all pieces of shit, and this is our intervention group. Lock the doors! Lock the doors! And for sure I'll get fired. For sure I'll get fired. It doesn't matter if I sold the whole fucking room. But anyway, so my podcast does not have a name, does not have a solid topic or a theme. So I just literally saw the TikTok, I want to say like an hour ago, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just get to this. 30 minutes sounds like a lot of fucking time talking to myself in my room. But I always have like thoughts just shooting in my head all the time. Might as well just spew them out and see what happens. So let's think of topic ideas. So it's just me and you, because for sure no one's listening. They already left when I couldn't think of the word motivational speaker. They already left. Actually, they left before that when I was talking about cats having zoomies. They fucking left. So right now it's just me and you. Me and one other person, most likely my mom, but I'm not talking in Spanish, so she probably just put me in the background as background noise, and that's how I tie up this whole conversation. And we are going to talk about ghosts. No, I'm kidding. But I would like to talk about my random intrusive thoughts today, because today they were kind of funny. I like them. When I was driving, I'm like, you know, it'd be funny if I just flip the car. Like, you know, like, whoops. Little whoopsie doopsie right there. But I had my niece in the car. Obviously, I'm not going to do it even if my niece wasn't in the car. But, like, for sure, I was like, hey, Jessica, you need to reel in these intrusive thoughts. There's another human in this fucking car. And she just wanted to get Starbucks. And I'm over here like, let's flip it. But I didn't. That was fun. Because even in my intrusive thought mind, like, flip the car, flip the car. But then I also, like, imagine, like, you know, at the end of it, like, flip the car, silly, goofy mood. Another one. No, I don't think this is an intrusive thought, but I have, like, this, I have OCD, but it's, like, evolving, you know, like, I'm always evolving. Call me freaking Pokemon. I don't even know, like, Pikachu always evolved. Anyway, whatever, that's another sidetrack. So my new thing is that I'm always like, did I flush the toilet? And then I have to go back, check if the toilet is flushed, But the thing is, I have to close the lid, flush the toilet, then reopen it to make sure I flushed it, leave, come back, check if I flushed it, and then I leave. And then I'm like, did I piss on the seat? Did I just straight up piss on the toilet seat? Then I have to go back, make sure there's no piss on the toilet seat. And then I go on to my business. But it's always like the number 3. I always have to do it that 3 times to make sure like I already did whatever my weird thing is. And another thing that I do that is like a new OCD thing I do, I always have to lock my car. Like at night before I go to sleep, I lock it. I go beep beep. And then I'm like, wait, did I make up that noise in my head? Okay, let me go to the window to make sure I see my car lights flash. So I go beep beep. And then I'm like, hold on, was it actually my car or was it my neighbor's car at the same time? Because they're probably locking up their car and we did it at the same time. So maybe my car didn't get locked because I thought it was their car, like, you know, like different cars, whatever. So I have to do that 3 times to make sure it is locked. And then another thing that I have developed with my fucking brain is that, okay, so before I do the car beep beep beeps, I have to go and lock the doors, right? The front doors. So, but the thing is, before COVID, I always had this weird thing about germs. I'm not a germaphobe, but I'm just hyper aware. If someone has their shoes on and then they touch their shoe on like the rug, I won't step on the rug where their shoe touched, you know? I'm just aware that that part of the carpet is now like contaminated with the outside world. So before COVID, so I'm already a fucking nutcase, right? So, and after COVID, and now there's fucking monkeypox. Anyway, so I'll grab a napkin, go to the front door, and I'm not touching the doorknob because my hands are so fucking cracked. Because they're dry, I'm always washing them. But that's a whole different other OC thing I have. So I have to now use a napkin, but because of that, now I only use a napkin. So I'm just wasting fucking napkins, you know? I'm a mess. So that's another OCD thing I do. I have to do that 3 times because I'm like, wait, did I actually lock it? Or maybe I locked it and it didn't turn all the way, you know, shit like that. And so after that, I still have to wash my hands because I'm like, maybe my pinky touched the doorknob. I don't know. Like, it's weird. So now, okay, I did that. Now I have to like put the alarm on. I'm okay with the alarm because like I have the app so I could like check, make sure it's like locked and all that stuff. Okay, but now it's like my nighttime routine, like my face, skincare and shit like that. So I go downstairs, wash my face, and then I brush my teeth while my face cleanser is still on my face, but I didn't put water on it, so it's just like this weird gelatinous film on my face with no water. So it's not even bubbly or foamy or whatever. But I don't know why I do that. I don't know if I think because I'm like, it's concentrated soap now because I didn't put water in it. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm breaking up all my SPF and all that stuff. And then, so while I'm doing that, I have to floss. I know people are like, I don't like flossing. I don't do that. Well, my other thing that I have is the fear of the dentist. Guess what? I don't like the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist for cleaning for, I want to say 2 years because like COVID. And now I'm just lazy. So I always have to floss, but it's because like I hate the dentist. If they have to do more than just like a cleaning, I'm already fucking dead. I'm already dead inside. Like, I don't know, like their little hands in my mouth. It's just gross. It's grossing me out just even thinking of it. Like, imagine I lick their hand. They're like, can you feel that? I'm like, just me licking their freaking hand. I will get a charge. Like, I get banned from the dentist. Anyways, so I have to get my floss, right? So I'm flossing very vigorously. Like, I'm aggressive with my floss. But the thing is, I can't use like the toothpick kind of floss. I have to use like the old school 1900s era floss. So I use that. And then what else do I do? I feel like I do other weird shit and I'm like, why do I do that? And this all started because I had funny intrusive thoughts. What was my other intrusive thought that I had today? I have no idea what it was, but I also use this electric toothbrush that has been dead for over 2 months. Like, I paid a lot of money for that electric toothbrush, and guess what? It's fucking dead. I haven't charged it. I don't even know where the charger is. So I'm just basically brushing my teeth with a stupid glorified toothbrush. But at least I floss. Another thing I do that is like a new thing I do. By a new thing, I have my parents point shit out about me. Like, hey, Jessica, you're not doing well because your anxiety or OCD or something like that. Because like I had to go to the, oh my god, what the fuck are they called? Not a therapist. The one that gives you meds. Psychologist? Psychologist, right? Oh my god, why can't I think? Whatever. Also, I think, okay, this is another side note to my other side note. So, my English is shit, right? I can't even remember fucking words. But my Spanish is also fucking shit. So I can't even speak technically. Like, I don't even have a fucking language. And then another thing that I notice when I'm here in America, I'm Mexican. And then when I'm in fucking Mexico, guess what? I'm American. Bitch, nobody wants me. Anyway, that's a that's a different story. Anyway, so the doctor was like, "Hey, tell the people around you to keep an eye out on your behaviors and all that stuff to see if you're getting better or worse because I'm on meds, you know? And have your family or whoever is near you like every day to make sure you're not fucking losing your shit, right?" So, I told him that. And my dad, because he loves to like point shit out before, like I told him to point shit out about me, like he already did that beforehand. So now he's like, this is now my job. This is my job and I'm taking it seriously. I'm out of retirement and this is now my new goal. I'm a detective. So he's the one that always brings that up because I was telling him, I'm like, you know what's my new thing? The toilet. And then he's like, oh, and the car, and then the doorknobs, and then and then how I'm very persistent on like even okay, this one's funny. Even if I go out in the public area, like oh I'm going to Target or something like that, I'm like, hey, did you lock the car? Oh wait, I have to go up back outside. I didn't lock the car. I don't know, locking stuff. Oh my god, guess fucking what? Last year my OCD and anxiety was I was not medicated. Wait, was I medicated? No, I wasn't. Wait, was I? No, I was not medicated at this time. So, I was so fucking paranoid because I was like, it's not locked enough in this house, right? Like I'm like always very paranoid. So, I literally drilled like holes in the door to the door frame. But like at this door like that leads to the garage. Nobody uses this door at all, but I thought that was pretty excessive and I was like I need to see a therapist and a psychiatrist cuz I literally just drilled this door shut. It's fine. It's fine. I'm on meds. Anyways. So, I like how I'm like what am I going to talk about in 30 minutes? It's already been like 19 minutes already. And these are just my tangent thoughts. Imagine if I actually had a co host, because this is a for real thing now. I'm a podcaster. Imagine, oh my god, I'll die. Anyway, so if I had a co host, it would be a nightmare for them. Imagine like staying on one topic for actual hour? Just one singular topic. How do they do that? Or when they tell like a story, I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna tell a story in an hour? And they're like, no, it's because like we give off details. I'm like, Jesus Christ, details? I don't give a fuck what kind of colored dress they're wearing on a gloomy day at Brooklyn at 5 a.m. on a Tuesday on Christmas Eve. I don't know, I'm just saying bullshit. Anyway, like, how do they do that? How do they talk about a singular topic for a whole fucking hour? That's wild to me. So, what else did I do today besides like all my OCD weird shit? A new habit of mine is that I flip people off, but I don't know why I do this. I just like, I think it's funny, right? But in today's climate, I don't think I should be doing that. I don't know why you do that. Or like I snap my fingers because like I've been around dogs a lot, so I'm like, hey, wait, you can't even hear me. Like that, like, hey. And tell me why I do that to humans now. Like, how fucking degrading is that? I'm so annoying. Also, if you made it this far, holy shit, we're friends. We are friends now. We're getting soft tacos. Anyways. So, let's see what time is it right now. Let's see. 1:54 a.m. You know, it'd be great if my co-host was a ghost and I actually did this at 3 a.m. and I'll be sitting in the fucking dark and that'll be my next one. Episode 2 tomorrow. Anyways, or today. What's today? Am I going to do this in one day? I don't know. Timelines. Anyways, so tomorrow or whatever, I'm going to sit 3 a.m. in the dark. Not in the dark because that's depressing. I'll have like cool lights. Like, you know how you see these lights? I'll have one of these lights. And then my co-host will be a ghost. And then this will be my version of ghost hunting. Like, who hurt you? Hurt people hurt people. And then, like, I'll be the new fucking Zach Baggins. Is that how you say his name? I don't know, but he's wild. He, like, punches ghosts. I don't know what he does. In my mind, he, like, punches them and shit. he, like, body slams ghosts. Why am I like this? Anyways, so I kind of like just want to interview them like, oh my god. Arsenic, am I right? I don't know what time period they're from, but like I'll do that. Like just say like keywords like 1950s. I don't know. The Temptations. What is that in the 1950s or 40s? What is that? 30s? 20s? I don't know. I don't think it's like in the 20s. I think it was honestly 50s or 40s. But that'll be for tomorrow. Stay tuned to my 0 listeners because I literally thought that I'm a podcaster because I thought of this an hour ago. But I thought of this. I saw a TikTok, one singular TikTok that briefly mentioned if you do this a one time, like every day, a podcast, you will eventually grow at like revenue. And I'm like, bitch. And now I'm just doing this. Like, I don't understand how people plan. Oh my god, another thing about my fucking brain is that I cannot plan shit. I always think that I want to do something, right? And I'm like, that tops max, that'll take me an hour. Tell me why I'm 5 hours deep in a whole different hobby or lecture or whatever interest I had at that very fucking moment. Why am I like that? I have no idea. Also, let's see. Let's think. What else? What else did I do today? I besides like my OCD shit. I got Starbucks. That was it. I hung out with the family. I wanted a tortilla blanket because everybody fucking has a tortilla blanket. I didn't know it was a thing. Collectively, there's 3 tortilla blankets in my family. Like, what? Do I need one? Because I will buy one. And join in, you know? So, Another thing, I'm never gonna play back any of these episodes. Me, first day. First day, first episode, compulsively recording. I'm never gonna listen to any of these episodes. You know, I like to think ahead. This is me manifesting. Anyways, I always say the word like, you know, you're right. What's another thing? No, I think I already said that one. Like, because I always say fucking like. Oh, I curse and I don't even know I'm cursing. And people will look at me because I'll be like at like a work setting and they will just stare at me. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm getting better, I think. So hopefully. Okay, right now I'm at 25 minutes and 50 seconds. So what is that? 5 more minutes? I got this. I thought this was going to be so hard. Like, just thinking of a topic. Like, did I stay on one singular topic? Absolutely not. But that's just how I am in real life. If I have to do one singular topic, it has to be something fucking interesting. Or else I am leaving. I will dip out into my la la land. Like, I would start a whole different universe in my head just to escape this conversation. But, you know, I love to daydream. I have no idea what I'm daydreaming. Like, if you had to tell me, like, hey, or no, if you were to ask me, if you had to tell me, like, what the fuck kind of sentence is that? If you were to ask me, hey, what were you daydreaming about? I will literally, like, I could not answer that question. I don't remember. I just daydream and then I come back and I'm like, oh, what were you saying? If it's not interesting, you know? Oh my gosh, I said, you know. You know? You know when you know and you know when you know. You know? And I'm still not fucking tired, but it's still not like 3 a.m. So there's that. But now we are ending. We're getting closer to the end of the podcast. This is now the ASMR section of the podcast. Oh, yeah. And you know when the podcast actually has like, oh, now this is a part of the podcast where we talk about this or we ask our viewers for this. Imagine if I was organized and I did that. Like, that would be fucking wild. First of all, I need to organize my whole life. I always buy day planners and write a day just in like, oh, today, and then put like whatever I have to do that day, and then that's it. Like, I just wasted $25 on a fucking fancy ass day planner for nothing, just for one singular day, which I could have just put it in my fucking calendar on my phone and put a little alarm on it. Also,